Do everything you possibly can, then leave the rest to the best. Blessings in abundance be upon you, family. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jonathan Edmond, and if you are new here, welcome to the Affirm Life family. It is a pleasure and an honor to have you. Welcome. So, in today's video, the goal is to encourage you to do all that you can, work as hard as you can, put in as much effort as you can, then leave the rest to the best. Okay? Now, this is something that I am, learning to do as well. This is something that I am in no way, shape, or form perfect at. It is something where I need to improve as well. But I'm making adjustments, and I am learning to work, to improve, and I am improving in this area as well. Okay. So first of all, what is the best? The best is the superconscious, the super intelligent source of all existence, the creator, the divine, God, whatever your religious inclination may be, you may refer to it in different ways. But it is the intelligence that keeps all our bodily processes working in beautiful balance, the intelligence that keeps the sun rising and setting, or that causes the sun to rise and set every day, the intelligence that keeps the four seasons in check, the intelligence that maintains all the cycles that exist in nature, the intelligence that oversees and that controls the growth of a fertilized egg into an embryo and beyond. So it is that divine intelligence, whatever you may want to call it, God, source energy, if that is your inclination, if but it is the best. It is that which keeps the universe in balance. So why leave the rest to the best? It only makes sense since the divine, since the creator is so powerful. It only makes sense to leave the rest to the best. And there's only so much that we can do with our bodies and our minds. Our bodies and our minds are incredibly powerful and amazing. It's truly, it's so wonderful what we can do with our bodies and our minds in sports, in technology, in science, and the list goes on. But they're still limited. Our bodies and our minds are still limited. They still need rest. They still need nourishment. They still need replenishment, right? Or replenishing. So it only makes sense to do all that we can and leave the rest to the divine, because the divine is infinitely more powerful. The power of the creator is infinitely more powerful than the power of our minds and our bodies. Even with all the amazing things that we can do with our minds and our bodies, the power of the divine is infinitely greater than any power that we can muster with our minds and our bodies. So it only makes sense to leave the rest to the best. Okay? Also, the creator wants us to survive. The creator wants us to thrive. If you think about it, the divine intelligence is what keeps all our bodily processes working in perfect balance. The divine intelligence wants us to survive. The divine intelligence is responsible for keeping, for allowing our breathing to happen, when we are oblivious to it. And everything that goes on in nature that works towards our survival, all the cycles in nature, in the seasons, and so the divine intelligence, the superconscious, wants us to thrive. It wants us to survive. Even gravity is is securing our survival in many ways. I mean, keeping our muscles strong and so on and so forth. So it the divine wants us to to be fruitful, wants to see our fruition, our growth, and our development. So again, it only makes sense to surrender and to let go and trust and have faith in the divine, in the creator. So how to leave the rest to the best? Well, the first thing we can do is proclaim it, declare it. So you could have, for example, you could be working on a project, or you could just be doing your day-to-day activities, your chores, your work, your actual work source of income, work, and perhaps you take work home, or perhaps you just at your workplace, you can declare that you have done all that you can, and now you surrender to the Creator, to the Divine, to God. So you work as hard as you can. You've been working. You've been putting in so much effort, so much time throughout the day, or what have you, and you get to a point where you perhaps just a predestined or pre-planned cutoff point. Once you get to that point, you declare that I've done all that I can. I've done all that I can, Creator. I've worked as hard as I can. I've put in as much effort as I can. So now I surrender and I leave the remainder to you. I trust, I know that you will take care of everything, because you want to see my survival and my fruition. Okay, so you can do something like that. You can have a cutoff point, and this is something that I am working on as well. This is something that I am learning to do as well. To have every day give myself a cutoff time. So a time when it's 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 8 p.m. So I'm working until that time. And I plan this, I write it down. Maybe you just have it in your head. You can write it down or have it in your head. But you work as hard as you can up until that cutoff time. Once you hit that cutoff time, you release, you let go, you surrender. And you proclaim it, you declare it. And you trust, and you trust that, it will be taken care of, right? Things will work out for the greater good, for your good and the good of the people around you, the good of the people involved. But declaring and proclaiming is very, very powerful. It makes it official. It also helps you to own it, to own this act of surrender. All right. So again, you could say something like, I've done everything I can, Creator, or universe, or God, or whatever you refer to the divine as. I've done everything I can. I've worked out, I've researched, I've taken so much action, I've networked, I have negotiated, I've done everything I can. I surrender to you. I surrender to you. I trust that things will fall into place. Whatever happens, things will work out for the greater good, for my benefit, and for the benefit of the people around me or the people involved. So declaring it is very powerful. Apart from that, you could do a number of other things to help you in the act of surrender. So you could have no work days, days where days where there's just no work, just family time, leisure, recreation, and so on. You could have throughout the day, you could have rest, just planned or maybe even unplanned breaks and periods for rest, leisure, recreation throughout the day, throughout each day. You could have like family time days where it's just family time. You could even have someone to hold you accountable, which is something that I am doing as well. And my lady is really helping me in that area, helping me to just stick to those nights where it's just family time and there's no work on the computer and so on and so forth. So you could have someone to hold you accountable. You could have pre-planned times for family, leisure, recreation, and no work days, like I said, and stuff like that. All of these things help you to practice surrender, to really just detach, unplug from what it is that you're working on, and all of these are so super powerful. So try these out. You could create your own stuff as well, but these are some of the things that I do and that I suggest. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you gained lots of value from it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, or just give it a thumbs up to support the movement, support the channel, to push it through the YouTube universe. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. If you haven't subscribed as yet, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. I'd like to have to big up Melanin Dripping, #1, who's always tuning in, always supporting, always commenting, and she inspired this video, so big ups to you. Thank you so much for supporting, and all the best to you. All the best to you, my brother or sister. Be sure again to put in all the effort that you can and surrender to the divine, to the creator, to the super conscious, super intelligent. It's something that I'm learning to practice more and more, that I'm getting better at. So it's a continuous growth process. Like I said before, I would really love your insights, your comments, your opinions. Let me know what you thought about the video, about the content. Let me know what you thought about the sound, the lighting, and so on and so forth. This is also a learning experience for me, so I would really love your input as well. I would truly love your input. So all the best to you. Peace and love to you. Till next time. Affirm life. Affirm life. Affirm life. One love.